Normally, some kind of meditation or concentration implies a kind of focusing. And today I'd like you to defocus, which means nothing in particular. You don't have to tighten your attention. You don't have to fix your gaze. So defocus. Different things are experienced when we defocus. There's that famous puzzle you might have seen that when you look at it, just looks like a funny set of patterns. But if you defocus, suddenly a 3D pattern emerges. Very interesting. This is a puzzle many of us might have come across. So much of our life is, there is a lot of demand from the world. Address me, deal with me, pay this bill, call this person, attend this event, respond to what the person has said, reply to that email. There are a lot of demands and they have to be done within so and so time. But today I want you to defocus. Nothing in particular you have to do or be or get to or experience. It's like when you work, many people, they work 5 or 6 days a week and they get a holiday. So let this be a holiday for your attention. You don't have to feel a certain way, focus on your breath or anything in particular. Defocus. Activate your peripheral vision, which means notice things that you might not have noticed before, if it comes up naturally. In Zen, they have a nice phrase for this. It's open the fist of your mind. Open the fist of your mind. You didn't even realize you were clenching your mind. So open the fist of your mind. Let it open like a lotus flower. It'll be funny if you ever ask a lotus, why are you blooming? Lotus doesn't have an answer for that. Lotus just blooms. So we defocus just to defocus, not to achieve anything, not even to become peaceful. And something in you knows that this is healthy. It's healthy, it's helpful. Can we do a similar thing for the heart? Even the heart tends to get afflicted with various emotions, which come from some kind of fixation to people and things. So just like there's a fixation in the mind, there can be a fixation in the heart. And what's it like to unclench? What's it like to unclench the heart? Open the heart. No strong holding on to any particular emotion. So opening the fist of the mind. and opening the door of the heart. As we do this, it's like we are learning to ride the waves of infinity. You have left the shore, the beach, and you've entered the ocean. You're learning to ride the waves of infinity. The land was the known world, the ocean is the unknown world. Because the known world comes from focusing, right? I focus on this, I learn this, I understand this. I feel this for you, and I feel that for somebody else. But here we're unclenching. Here we're defocusing. Here we're quite agendaless. And you're learning to surf the waves of infinity. Infinite illusion, infinite mystery. Infinite mystery. When I first learned mindfulness, there was this amazing taste of taking it all in. When somebody would walk by, I'd take them all in. I'd take in all the colors. I'd take in the shape of their face, their nose. I'd take in the whole atmosphere that they carried with them, taking it all in. It's like, wow, there's so much more to see here than I ever realized. There's so much more to experience here than I ever realized. I was once, we had a retreat somewhere, and I was walking with the naturalist through a forest. And in that half an hour, 1 hour walk, he pointed out so many creatures and birds and plants and things that I would have just walked past. I was like, oh, so much is here. I would have not have noticed any of this. Hmm. So as we defocus, we actually can take more in. As we unfixate, we can actually feel more, because we're not habitually directing our attention and our energy. You can defocus from the past, whatever's happened in your life. You can defocus from the future, whatever will or may happen in your life. Whether it will be favorable or unfavorable, we don't know. Defocus from it. And even what we call the present is actually a relationship between the past and the future. So when you defocus even from the present, that's when you touch this wonder, this mystery. That's when you start surfing the edge of infinity. Defocus. It's quite rare in our life when we remember or someone reminds us to not put all our coins in one basket. In other words, don't depend so much on your manifest reality for your well-being, for your identity, for your purpose and all of that. It's quite rare when that happens. Most of us are fully preoccupied with our manifest reality. Once in a while, someone says, or we remember, oh, I don't have to rely on this. It's quite unreliable anyway. So I'm not going to rely on this. I'm not fooled. Yes, my senses, my thoughts, my emotions are giving me one set of information. I'm not going to be fooled by it. I refuse to be fooled by it. Many years back, a simple phrase came up for me, which kind of captures this. The phrase is process denial. Process denial. What is process denial? Usually we imagine there's a process to achieve something. If I want to learn the piano, it'll take 5 to 10 years. If I want to be more peaceful, more calm, I'll have to meditate, I'll have to introspect, I'll have to practice patience for a long time. Process denial says that no, I just don't believe it. I just don't buy it, that there's a process to this. This is what Vajrayana Buddhism does. It says no. All the traditions say you have to practice for so many lifetimes. Countless lifetimes to even come close to what a Buddha is like. They say no, process denial. We recognize our inherent Buddha-ness, Buddha natureness. We recognize the Buddha in you, in this, in everything. Buddha is just a word. You could replace it with any other favorite word, which reflects completeness. So Vajrayana says process denial. I'm not fooled. I was sharing something like this with the maestro, and he said yes. Buddha was not asked, who are you? They asked him, what are you? They didn't ask him, who are you? They said, what are you? Are you a human? Are you a god? Are you a demigod? What are you? And the Buddha simply said, I am awake. I am awake. So to wake up requires defocusing from the dream. If you're too preoccupied with the dream, you can't wake up actually. Defocus from the dream. Either defocus from the dream or thoroughly investigate the dream. Both are valid. The Southern Buddhism takes an investigative approach. It's impermanent, it's unsatisfactory, it's not really mine. This is an thoroughly investigating the dream. And the other approach is use defocus from the dream. I am not fooled by this dream. I don't buy it. It's not like I got a lot of benefit from buying it. When I did believe what I was told about myself and what I thought about myself and what others told me about what I should do and who I am, it's not like I got some very great benefit out of that. In fact, it's only led to a lot of strife and sometimes misunderstanding, sometimes not feeling good enough. So process denial. I am not fooled. I'm going to defocus. I'm going to leave what's familiar and step into the unfamiliar. Imagine the first steps. They say life began in the ocean. Imagine the first steps that some creature took from the ocean to the land. What a monumental thing it would be. Wow. Monumental. You spend your whole life, millions and millions of years in the ocean. The first one tries to look beyond the ocean. And so in our case, we've spent all our life on the land and to get our toes wet. These are all examples, of course. So the land here represents the known world, the world of our senses, including our thoughts and feelings and beliefs. And would you be willing, even momentarily, to defocus from it? Not define yourself and your purpose and your value based on what you see and hear and understand. I mean, a powerful question is that, does any of us really know our value? How will you know your value? Based on what you've done, based on how many people like you, based on how many lives you've supposedly touched, based on how contented you've been. How do you decide your value? What is the measure of your value? Does it even need to be measured? And can it be measured? Suppose this whole question only is removed. Did I live a good life? Or was it all worthwhile? Suppose this question is only removed. Defocus from that. So the veil gets thinner. The veil that was obscuring our true understanding gets thinner and thinner. The grip that this dream had on us starts to loosen. Maybe it's not fully gone. Maybe it still creates some upheaval and affliction now and again. But it's not such a strong grip anymore. Is that so? Is that so? Whatever happens, is that so? Is that so? Oh, this is bad news. Is that so? Oh, this is good news. Is that so? Is that so? Who knows what is good news and bad news? So your own inner being will tell you if this kind of defocusing, not relying solely on your sensory experience, mental experience, emotional experience, to define yourself and define your worth and define anything, actually. Your inner being will tell you, your inner knowing will tell you if this is suitable or not, healthy or not, if it leads to sanity or insanity. And you will know it in a way that no one has to convince you. You just know it. It's like when certain food agrees with you, your body just knows it. Certain food doesn't agree with you, your body just knows it. You can't really convince anybody. You don't need to be convinced. So from this perspective, our quiet time, or if you prefer, our meditative time, is actually an invitation to defocus from everything we know, everything we are, everything we think we need. If you're using meditation to say, okay, I'm going to get even better at achieving my goals and being productive and being energetic, you could do that, but it's like, then it's just more of the same, isn't it? It's just more of the same. So that may or may not happen, but use it as an opportunity to defocus from the dream, defocus from your thoughts, from your beliefs, from your emotions. And the strange thing is, you're able to take everything in, like you notice things you didn't notice before. Peripheral vision gets activated. You see patterns you didn't notice before, or rather those patterns reveal themselves to you. It's almost like this is small piece of whole world is a small piece of paper floating on an ocean. This whole world is a pollen seed of pollen, or a grain, what do you call it? Grain of pollen, floating in an infinite sky. I am the sky. So you defocus to realize just how expansive you are, just how limitless you are, just how boundless you are, just how undefinable you are, just how self-sufficient, inwardly nourished you already are, how you're a wellspring of infinite creativity, infinite knowledge, infinite powerful wholesomeness, infinite joy. And even these words fall short, because these words are also borrowed from the known world. To be willing to defocus more than you've ever defocused before. To the extent that even my voice is so far away. Just one thin little stream. Take a holiday from who you think you are and what you think this world is. Take a holiday, you deserve it. Normally we feel that we are receiving information, right? We are receiving these sounds. We're receiving what we see. We're at the receiving end. And suppose I tell you to defocus from that. You're not at the receiving end. You're neither receiving anything nor transmitting or giving anything. That's a powerful defocusing right there. You defocused from the central place you thought you were seated. I receive, I see, I smell, I taste, I touch, I think, I feel. But suppose you were to defocus from there. Suppose it's just passing through and there's no one to take delivery. What happens if there's no one to take delivery of what is heard, what is seen, what is felt, what is wanted? What happens if there's nobody home? Want to take delivery of physical sensations. No one to take delivery of emotional states. No one to take delivery of memories. No one to take delivery of things seen and smelt and tasted. And no one to even take delivery of things that you are hearing, heard, things heard. No one to take delivery of these. And because there is no delivery taken, there is no ripple created. Can something you've never heard offend you? Can something you've never seen trouble you? Can something you've never felt attract or distract you? So when you don't take delivery of any of this, when you're sky-like, try giving something to the sky, see if it takes delivery. Give a banana to the sky, falls back on your face. Whatever you give to the sky, it falls back at you. Sky doesn't take delivery. What if you don't take delivery? Defocus. I am not fooled. Process denial. I refuse to be defined, confined, and limited by this reality that has been presented to me. It's been presented to me. I don't remember asking for any of it. So why should I be defined by this? Why should I be limited by this, confined by this? Maharaj says it's been superimposed on you. This life has been superimposed on you. I don't think you remember asking for this. If it's been superimposed, let it figure itself out. You don't have to get involved. You superimpose a movie onto a screen. You project it onto a screen. Screen is not interested. Screen is not taking delivery of the movie. The movie will do its movie thing and it's done. The screen is not affected. So long you were imagining yourself to be an actor in the movie. And as you defocus, you're realizing, oh, I'm the screen. I'm the screen on which all of this is projected. I'm the screen on which all of this is projected. It's not like we have a problem with it. Just not that interested. Not interested as a person, but by itself, it's very interesting. But not interested as an individual taking delivery of any of it. And then it's just an expression of creativity. It really is so creative. The sky is endlessly creative, endless clouds. You walk on the street, endless faces. Every day starts with sunrise and ends with sunset. But within that endless creativity, what can happen in the day? Who we meet, who we don't meet, what happens, doesn't happen. Our mind is full of all kinds of unexpected thoughts. Infinite creativity. This is the dance of infinity. This is a canvas on which unexpected things are being painted. And when you're not fixated on what can I get, I hope it goes well, I hope I'm happy. When you're not fixated on those things, then you can enjoy the entire canvas. You're not taking delivery of anything specific. You enjoy the whole play. You are the play. Wanting nothing, enjoying everything. Seeking nothing, one with everything. Life without a center. When life doesn't have a center, everything is a center. When you don't have a place to get to, you can really enjoy the walk. Having no destination, I'm never lost. Having no destination, I'm never lost. Whatever part of this practice was particularly supportive, helpful. Not helpful in a common sense, but helpful. Your inner knowing knows, oh, that was good. That was a good shift right there. That was a good unbuckling right there. That was a good readjustment right there. That was a good correction right there. That was a good expansion right there. Then let that be a part of you. Always a part of you. A little reminder of what this is really about. Take a few deeper integrating breaths. Whenever you're ready, without trying to grasp onto any experience or hold on to anything, without afraid of losing anything. Gently return to waking consciousness. If you want to open your eyes, you can.